morning, guys. It's a brand new day. Great day to go creek fishing. Got a Strike King Bitsy Splash on this morning, and I'm going to be doing nothing but bass fishing, topwater fishing. Just going to try to work the deeper spots of the creek. Hopefully we come up with something this morning. I only have one battery, so I'm going to have to hook up and then turn record on, I guess. We don't want to kill the battery. But let's look around here. We got a little bit of rain. The creek's kind of high, but should be some fish in it. Got something on. Oh, it's a little bass. Came up and ate the plug. All right. Oh, I think I foul hooked him. Yeah. All right, that was like the third or fourth cast of the morning. About a little half pounder. Let's see if I can lip you. Golly, you got messed up, didn't you? All in the back, all in the side. Come here, bro. All right. Nice. What was crazy is I just saw a water moccasin cut across the water up there, and I was kind of afraid to even go up there. Let me let my bail arm out a little bit. I got too much tension on it. There we go. All right. First bass of the morning. Third or fourth cast there. Not bad. Appreciate it. Thank you. So that's a good sign when you fish in topwater and third or fourth cast you get hit. It's probably about 8:30. Keep on chugging along here. I do have my pistol on the side of my backpack in case I do encounter some moccasins. Some moccasins are not afraid of you at all. They will literally charge you. I've had them charge me before in creeks kind of up north Mobile County. And moccasins, they just scare me to death because they got the venom to kill you. Make you really sick. Before you can even get to a hospital, there's no telling how much damage they can do to you. But this little area here, I know it's probably got a pretty good bit because it's really deep up there where the little pool is. But let's keep fishing. Maybe we'll hook up with another one. Guys, we got a good one. Topwater on 4-pound line. Golly, this thing's got me stuttering. Whew. Golly, that's a 3-pounder. Oh my God. He's gonna bend my little treble hooks on this thing. See if I can get him over here. He's gonna bend. Oh my God, that's a freaking lunker out of the creek, man. That's a creek monster. Oh gosh. Oh man, look at that freaking. Oh my God. No way. No way, bro. That just came out of a creek. No way. Oh my gosh. Look at that freaking hoss. Dude, that's a 3.5-pounder. Ate the bitsy bug. No freaking way. No way, man. I tell you what, I just got tired of fishing with beetle spins. And oh, he was hooked good. He had all 3 in that corner. Oh yeah, he was hooked good. Look at the mouth on that thing. Gosh, freaking biggin'. Biggin'. Oh man, I think I left my pliers in the truck. I think I can get it out though. Open bail arm. Oh yeah, got one out. I had to go get my pliers out the truck before I make it down the creek any further. I got my pliers out, got the bass off right here on the bank. I was trying to get my phone out to get a picture out of my backpack, and man, the thing just jumped off and went floop, took off. There goes the mud he left. Wow, that was a big one. Wow, second fish of the day, man. I was not expecting that, man. That thing was huge. He looked at it once and actually hit it, and I deadened it, like stopped it still, and I popped it one more time, and man, he sucked it up. That was a freaking big one, dude. I mean, just urban city creek fishing, man. I don't know. We gonna keep going though, see if we can't get a few more. So this little area looks like a high percentage area here. And I could not have gotten snagged in a worse place, because now I just blew the spot up trying to walk over here. It's so annoying, dude. So annoying. So if there was a bass there, he's gone. I'll walk up here and spook him. This little bluegill done hit the top water popper. Get out of here. Oh. Now, that's the first hit I've got in a while. I think a lot of the creek I've been walking though hadn't really been nothing good in it. I saw a couple of small bass run by. They wasn't nothing to write home about. I think I've fished this part before, and it's kind of full of a little bluegill in a couple of videos back, but I think I'm gonna skip around the trail and head to a different part of the creek where I think there'll be some better action for bass. And it's getting hot out here. Ooh, that one, something just hit that thing. Like a little bass or a brim. Let's see what it was. Come out there and whacked it. See, my thoughts was, yeah, I can catch a lot of bluegill with that little spin, but if I throw a topwater popper on, that's going to give me a better chance to catch some bigger bluegill and some bass. And so far, it's been like that. Getting hot out here. I think I need to drop a jig on or a worm, something not topwater. I think the topwater action is probably about done for today, or I just hadn't ran across the right fish yet. I think I'm gonna get out and fish one more part of the creek, and then I'm gonna call it a day. But we'll turn the camera back on as I get back to another location. All right, guys, so quick little session this morning. I think I'm actually gonna go on 2 trips, considering I had such a short session this morning, and I'm just going to combine this video with another video. So whatever's in this one, I'll just add on to the next one. So I'll see you on the next session. All right, guys, so today is the second day of fishing this tiny creek. This is a 2-part video, and I'm going to start off this morning using a Yamamoto Baits 5-inch Yamasenko. This is watermelon with black seed. This is going to allow me to fish the top of the water column and mid water column and even down to the bottom of the little creek. So it really gives you a lot of options. I could throw top water this morning and it would work, but I like the way the Yamasenko hits the water. If you can toss it kind of up in the air and let it flop and actually hit the water, it makes a good presentation. It sounds natural. So when I hook my Yamasenkos, I don't like going all the way through the middle. I'll just kind of hook them kind of like a little quarter piece. And the Yamasenko Yamamoto baits, they're pretty tough. They'll hang on for a while like that. I need to cut my little tag in here, but all right, there we go. Time to drop down in the creek down there and get it going. Here we go. See if we can get down in here without busting our butt. Watch out for some moccasins. Sometimes before I jump in the creek, I like to make a little first cast, you know. I see the bluegill they're out here this morning. I don't really want nothing to do with them. I've caught enough of them in the previous videos. I think we're good on the bluegill. Gosh, big sinkhole right there right off the bat. Getting up to our waist bright and early this morning, 7:15 in the morning. Alright, see, I wanted to cast this little area right there before I jumped in because I knew I was going to disturb it. Alright, here we go. We're fishing, boys. We're fishing. Some parts of this creek, they're not as fruitful as others, but you never know. I try to fish all the little holes that I can see. When you throw, like I said, when you throw this wacky worm, I like to kind of toss it up in the air and let it smack the water. It sounds just like a catawba worm or a small snake falling out of the tree. Sounds really natural. I like this particular bait because it's not sinking too fast. It's kind of just floating along. It sinks real slow, and that's what I like when you're wacky rig fishing. If you got one that sinks too fast, you'll miss a lot of the bites up top. Like this time of the morning, I expect the bite to be kind of closer to the top of the water. So I can work that wacky rig kind of closer to the top of the water, just like a topwater. If we don't get bit on this, I will throw that topwater little bitsy splash on that I had been using the previous day. But I might keep trekking along till I get to a better part of the creek, and then I'll hit record. Alright guys, we are on with the topwater popper. Looks like we got a little bass. Oh, he's trying to spit those hooks. I tell you what, that little fella is fired up. Come on, guy. Oh yeah. Got us a nice little, about a 3/4 of a pound bass. He might be 11.5 inches. Little fella. Got my pliers with me this morning, so if I can't get it out of his jaw. There we go. Alright. Bass number 1 today on the Bitsy Splash. Very nice. Thank you, my dude. See ya. I got 2 rods with me today. One, I got my wacky rig on. keep dropping my rods in the water every time I hook up. But got my wacky rig on one and top water popper on the other. I wasn't getting hit on the wacky rig right off the bat this morning, which I don't know if I covered the right water this morning. So I swapped over to the Bitsy Splash, and it seems to be doing better. I mean, that's the first fish I caught, but I feel like I'm in a better area now. Hopefully it just gets better from here. The water is deeper. It's got a nice bend over there in the elbow. Guys, I'm fishing a new area. The creek has gotten wide open. There's no tree coverage. I'm gonna throw this top water for a little bit. There really is no depth here, so I don't know if I can find any quality bass. There is good current though, so it's kind of cool. So that's one good thing. I think I'm just gonna work this top water for a little bit longer on these edges, grass edges, and then I'll throw the wacky worm. I keep getting slapped at by a bunch of small bluegill, but nothing's big enough to eat the hook. But I know there's some big fish in here. We just gotta find them. They might be on this little shady side over here. It's about 9:30, and this is when the temperature starts getting hot and killing GoPro batteries. I mean, it gets like 95. It gets super hot really fast. These videos has kind of been more for exploration really than bass fishing. You never know what you might find. See, that bank over there is cut out enough. There should be some bass there. Guys, I swapped over to the wacky worm, and I believe we got us a bass. Oh yeah, it's a bass. It's a good one too. Down there on that cut, just where I knew he would be. I'm not sure how good he's hooked. That's about 1.5 pounds. Don't do that, guy. Come here. Oh yeah. Wacky worm down in the hole. I mean, I gotta get my pliers on that dude. It's not a bad looking bass. I noticed that all these creek bass, I guess they're spawned out because they're really skinny. And this guy here, I mean, look at the size of his head. And then look at his body. Skinny, big old head, small body. He's spawned out and he's out here feeding during the summertime. Of course, you guys know that summertime is when bass are their most active, so they're burning calories at a higher metabolic rate. So I expect them to be about this skinny this time of year. I'm gonna have to get my pliers off my back here. somehow swim through my backpack, grab the old pliers out. So there's really not a lot of places for these bass to hide in this creek. All you have is a cut down one side of the bank and a cut down the other, and that's it. Get this Yamamoto bait out. I mean, that thing slurped it. I'm gonna have to go through its gills. Sometimes it's easier just to go through the gills than to kill the fish. So if you tried to pull that out right there, you're gonna get a stomach for real. Come here, let me get through those gills, baby. Or dude. All right, so that went down into the stomach of that thing, but if you go through the gills, you can get those hooks out without killing them. Let's see if we can get a good release on this guy. Let's see, come on, kick off, guy. There we go. There she goes. There she goes. So what I've noticed is that when you get shallow in this creek like this, the cut's either going to be on the left or the right, depending on how the current dug the sand out of the creek bed. But when you see piles of grass like that hanging off on the edge with a little channel, that's where I'm throwing that wacky worm in there. This side's not as deep over here, but there is some grass hanging. So you at least got to throw on it and try it. Doesn't hurt. But I've got a 15-pound braid on here. I got a uni knot tied to fluoro, 10-pound fluoro here. I got a 1/0 octopus hook and a wacky worm. Wacky worms are great for summertime fishing, man. Like I said, I mean, they're a bait that can do anything. You can work them on the top of the water, mid-water. You can let them sink, work them in the bottom. It's a great bait choice if you just kind of don't know what to throw. It just gives it a little different presentation than an old worm, which worms are good too. I got a few of them in my pack. But if I'm summertime fishing and I could only choose 4 baits, I would get a little topwater popper for the morning, a wacky worm. I would use a 6 or 7 inch worm, and then like a lightweight jig. That way you cover all parts of the water column with those 4 baits. Got us another one on the wacky worm. Oh boy, he's small. He's a little fingerling bass. Whew. Actually went pretty good ways. Probably about another half mile up the creek since the last catch. And it got pretty slow. I've been working this wacky worm. I mean, doing all I can to entice a bite. And we got us a little fingerling bass there. Little tiny guy. That's a good sign though. I've seen small bass in here, fingerling bass. And I've saw, you know, some smaller little 7-8 inch bass, and that's always a good sign in a creek because the populations, they're thriving, they're doing good. Oh, here we go. Good man. Thank you. All right, so yeah, got stuck in the mud there for a minute. I apologize for being out of breath, but sometimes this mud, it makes your feet stick, and like every step you're trying to pull your foot back out of the mud, and it just makes it difficult. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna keep going. And I mean, I probably made like 500 to 600 casts today in this creek. We're on with the wacky worm, fellas. Oh, little tiny bass again. It don't matter, they sure are fun. We just having fun fishing the creek, you know. All right, another wacky worm fish. Not bad, little fella. Thank you. Just working the cuts. I mean, seems to be the wacky worm is drawing out the tiny fish. Here in a little bit, I might pull out the jig, see if I can entice a bigger bite. I don't know if that's gonna work, but that's like the 3rd or 4th small bass I've caught on a wacky worm. I have gotten some big hits from bigger bass off the wacky worm. It's midday right now, so topwater, I've tried it, they ain't hitting it no more. So I think I'm gonna go throw the wacky worm for a little bit and then put the jig on. Appreciate it. Got one, fellas. Oh, he's a good one too. He slurped that wacky worm. Oh no, he's got me in the brush. Got me in the brush. I'm gonna have to get him out of the brush. No. I hope he's still on here. I hope he's still on here. Oh, he's down in there. Oh yeah. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. He ate that wacky worm. Whew. Boy, did he. Oh, he's hooking the side of his jaw. Whew. Oh man, that's about a 3-pounder. Nice. Dang, look at that meat right there, bro. Whew, he was skin hooked in the hard part of his jaw. I mean, look at that. Whew. Barely hooked. I mean, took him out of the wood pile over there. What a beautiful fish. Man. Whew. This creek has not disappointed lately. I tell you what, man, I have never in my life thought I was going to catch 3.5 pounders out of it. What a beautiful fish. I mean, beautiful. Gosh, look at that freaking toad. Daggone. Woo. That's the kind of fish you want to take a picture of right there, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I will not drop this one this time. I'm going to throw him on the bank for a second and get a shot of this thing. Whew. You lay right there and don't you go nowhere. Get my picture out. Camera out and take a picture of you, little bass. Guys, it's about probably lunchtime right now. I didn't think we'd be catching them this size at like lunchtime, because usually they quit biting, but it ate that wacky worm. I mean, slurped it. Jesus. Look at that fish. You never know what a runoff creek will hold. I mean, as long as there's water in the creek to hold bait, to hold a fish, to hold an ecosystem, you can catch them like this. I mean, they'll get as big as they can, just eating and growing, living their little bass life. Wow, man, what a great day to go fishing, man. I mean, I've really enjoyed creek fishing lately, these 2 mornings. This is actually 5 days later from the previous morning, or yes, something like that, but what a beautiful fish. Let's get a release on this guy. Tell him thank you, guys. Let's let him go. Here we go. See if we can get a nice release. Let's see where we want to go. All right. This looks like a nice place. There we go. Come on. Come on, kick off. Thank you for making my day. Guys, I see about a little pound bass, maybe a pound and a quarter. It's hard to tell the size of them. See if I can sight cast him. Looks like he swam over to investigate it. I don't think he wants nothing to do with it though. Come on, guy. Nope. Oh wait, there's one coming out of the grass. Boy, they get real finicky this time of the day. I seen him tailing a little bluegill. Oh, he picked it up. He picked it up. We got him. We got him. That was cool, man. We called our shots on that fish. What the heck? Man, that's fun, dude. I saw him down there chasing them little bluegill, and dude wanted the wacky worm. Let's go. About a pounder, maybe a pound. Look how skinny he is. They just are spawned out right now. I mean, nothing. I guess they're creek bass, so they're constantly swimming. They have to move, I guess. Man, we're a long way from the edge up here. Let's see if we can drop them down in there. All right, appreciate it, my dude. Oh, there he goes. That's a lot of fun, I tell you what. Sight casting 1-pounders. Those big ones, they must be hiding in this grass, because I don't see them swimming out in the open. What's crazy is that some of the areas that you thought you would have gotten bit, I haven't gotten bit. And some of the areas where was just wide open, running down a flat creek with a little cut on the side is where the bass were. So all this is pretty deep and cut out here on the right hand side. I mean, this is where you would think you would catch them, but I haven't had any luck there today. Yeah, I mean, this is plenty of deep to hold 3 or 4 pound bass. They have to be in here. But I don't know. I see small ones coming out, little baby fingerling bass all over the place. Oh man, I can't believe I ain't getting nothing there. There's a good spot over there in the shade. Look at that. Let's try. Oh, we're on. Nice. Oh, that's a good bass. That's a good bass there. Man, that's another 3 pounder right there. Oh, it got off. Boy, that was a big one. Whew. Gotta get us another wacky worm on. That knot's good. That little low hook though, man, I mean, when they start shaking like that, it's hard to keep them pinned. That must be the mama bass. See if we can get her to eat it. She looks like she's going to the top of the water. Let's try it. Let's try a plug, a top water bait. Oh man, these fish can get finicky. I tell you what. It's like they're not eating it. They're just like striking it. They may have a bed over there or something, because there's a female. There's a big female, and then there's a little male, looks like. A little tiny guy. Let's see if we can get them to eat top water here without hitting the tree. Oh God, that bluegill came up and ate that bait. Gosh, there's a whole bunch of them under there too. Tighten my drag a little bit. Man, those are some big bluegill. Gosh. God, they are just eating that top water. I tell you what, that ain't a bad size one there. They come up and eat top water. Well, he got all kind of hooks in him too. I mean, all 3 of them. Oh gosh. That big bass is just sitting over there. It's probably waiting on them bluegill to come out so it can eat them. Oh my Lord, this poor bass. They ate all 3 of them. If I can just get one out of there. Alright, we got one out. There we go. Oh, that ain't a bad one there. I can lip it. Look at that. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can get that bass that's sitting up under there. Oh. Creek fishing with 2 rods is hard to do. I got one always up under my arm, and the other one constantly casting. Turn this guy around so we can fish. There we go. All right guys, so we had a great time on the water. I hope you guys appreciated this video as much as I did making it. It took me 2 days to make this video, and I trekked over 2 miles of creek. A lot of the creek is not fishable. It's really shallow. As you can see behind me, it's only a few inches deep. There may be maybe a foot on that other bank over there, but a lot of the creek's not fishable. So I did a lot of walking through the woods and traveling trails, trying to find some good spots to fish. It really produced some great fish. I was not expecting those fish to hit the wacky worm or the topwater bait for that, but I mean, you just never know where they are in these creeks. Guys, please show some appreciation for the video if you can. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next video.